Hey everyone, welcome to Cinema Reflections. I'm Jeannie Griffith, and today we're diving deep into the world of The Godfather Part 1.
And I'm Sterling McCormick. This isn't just any movie talk, it's an exploration of one of the greatest films ever made.
Exactly, Sterling. Coppola didn't just create a mafia flick, he crafted a symphony of family, legacy, and power. It's like watching a live painting, each scene meticulously designed.
Totally. I mean, the way he uses lighting to cast those long, menacing shadows.
Oh, and those costumes, right? They subtly tell you who's on the rise and who's about to fall.
Yeah, it's like the visual storytelling is a character all its own. And, Jeannie, let's not forget the opening wedding scene.
Ah, the wedding scene, what a masterpiece. Joy and menace all tangled up. Deals are being struck while everyone's supposed to be celebrating.
Exactly. It's like a microcosm of the entire film.
Coppola's genius really shines through in those moments. He's got this knack for making you feel the weight of tradition and expectation. You feel it in the haunting score, too.
And speaking of weight, the real heart of the film isn't the crime, but the family dynamics, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Michael Corleone's journey from a reluctant outsider to a ruthless leader is just heart-wrenching.
It's Shakespearean, really. A loss of innocence wrapped up in family duty. It's like Coppola breathed new life into an age-old tale.
And that's what makes it timeless. So, if you thought The Godfather was just another mob movie, you gotta think again. It's a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, it's about power and its price. A story that just resonates.
Coppola crafts scenes that breathe with the characters, where silences weigh as heavily as thunderous dialogue. Remember the family meeting after Vito is shot? Each second drips with tension, silently screaming the uncertainty that grips them all. It's brilliant how silence can sometimes speak louder than words, isn't it? Coppola's genius lies in his belief that silence speaks volumes. He gives his characters space to communicate through their eyes and subtle expressions. Take Michael in the restaurant for instance. The build-up to the shooting is nearly wordless, yet his face narrates a story of internal conflict and impending resolve. It's like watching a silent movie with the most vivid emotions playing out.
I think it is. Imagine this. Picture Michael Corleone, sitting at a restaurant table. He's calm, yet his eyes reveal a storm within. No words pass his lips, but his clenched fists and unblinking stare scream of the decision that will change everything. This is silent direction at its finest. It's like body language becomes the dialogue. In the hands of masters like Coppola and Kubrick, silence becomes a canvas. A long, lingering shot replaces rapid cuts, allowing us to marinate in the gravity of the moment. You're not just watching, you're feeling the scene unfold. You know what I mean? Silence here is more than the absence of sound. It's a tension that grips you, a space filled with potential energy. It can heighten suspense, like the calm before a storm, or create empathy, connecting you to the characters on a visceral level. Imagine a murder scene where the only soundtrack is the eerie quiet, each heartbeat echoing in the void, making time itself seem to pause. It's like the silence is speaking directly to our primal senses. This is why silent direction captivates us. It's a universal language, one that transcends words, engaging our senses and emotions in a primal dance. Have you ever felt that?
Now, let's talk about the powerful juxtaposition of a baptism with orchestrated murders. Michael stands in church, renouncing evil with solemn vows. And yet, his orders result in bloodshed elsewhere. The absence of commentary makes the irony stark. A soul professing purity while embracing darkness. It's wild how these silent directions leave such an indelible mark on our conscience, isn't it?
Crucifixus mortus et sepultus, descendere inferos, tertia die resurrexere ad mortus, ascendere a celos, sedere ad extra Dei Patris omnipotente, inde ventura sessio dicare vivus et mortus, credo in Spiritus Sancto, Sanctam Ecclesiam Catholica, Sanctorum Communionem, remissionem peccatorum, canus resurrectionem, vitam aeternam. Amen. Michael Francis, rich.
In contrast, there's Vito Corleone's life ending in a serene garden, playing with his grandson. He collapses with an orange peel in his mouth. No dialogue, no dramatic score, just the innocent laughter of a child.
I love you.
The simplicity of death laid bare. It's moving in its quietude. Finally, we see Michael alone, engulfed in shadows after his father's death. The silence is deafening as he sits, contemplating his future. Half of his face bathed in light, the other in shadow. It foretells his inevitable path as the Godfather. This quiet moment captures his transformation so profoundly. It's amazing how these scenes connect with us on such a deep level, all through silence. They compel us to lean in and listen to what's not being said. We're diving into a classic example of how subtle movements can shift power dynamics in a scene, using none other than The Godfather. Now, if you're a film buff like me, you know this movie inside out. But have you ever paid attention to how Francis Ford Coppola uses movement and positioning to tell us who's really in charge? Picture this. A dimly lit room, tension so thick it could be sliced with a knife. We see Don Corleone, seated, exuding authority like a king on his throne. The way Coppola orchestrates actor movements is nothing short of genius. It's like he's conducting an orchestra, every glance, every step is deliberate. Let's talk about Michael Corleone. There's this moment when he stands up, and you can almost see his hesitance morph into command. It's not just what he says, it's how he moves. The space he occupies becomes a statement of power, kind of like when you step into a room and everyone just feels your presence. And Coppola's blocking? Absolute perfection. Characters are positioned within the frame in a way that speaks volumes. Sometimes they loom large, other times they're almost swallowed by shadows. It's not by accident, folks. It's a visual narrative crafted to reflect their internal struggles and evolving relationships. In one pivotal scene, a mere shift in the camera angle changes our perception of who's really in control. That's Coppola staging his characters, using their physical space to reflect shifts in loyalty or internal battles. It's like when you're in a meeting, and someone just shifts in their seat, suddenly they own the room. Every frame, every pause is a calculated expression of power. The staging is a silent dialogue, revealing truths about characters even when words fall short.
Now, you might be wondering, what the heck is blocking? Well, it's not about getting blocked on social media, though that's a whole different drama, right? Blocking in theater and film refers to the precise staging of actors to tell a story. Think of it as the choreography of a scene. Imagine watching your favorite movie. You might not consciously notice it, but every little movement, every glance, and every step actors take is meticulously planned. It's like a dance, designed to pull you in and keep your eyes glued to the screen. So, why is blocking so crucial? Well, it shapes the visual narrative. It guides your attention to what's important in the scene. Let's say there's a tense confrontation. The way characters position themselves can speak volumes, sometimes more than words. Blocking isn't just about where actors stand, it's about how they interact with the space, the camera, and each other. It can create intimacy or distance, highlight a relationship, or even show a power dynamic. It's subtle but powerful. Think about a scene where two characters are having a quiet moment. Maybe they're sitting on opposite ends of a couch. That distance can convey tension or unresolved issues. But if they move closer as the conversation progresses, it hints at resolutions or growing intimacy. And directors, oh, they're like the masters of this craft. They use blocking to manipulate our emotions without us even realizing it. It's like magic. Ever notice how a character might walk into a room and immediately grab your attention? That's no accident. Every movement is calculated. It's about leading the viewer's eye to the right place at the right time. Directors need to consider angles, lighting, and how the blocking affects the camera's framing. It's quite the puzzle. And let's not forget the actors. They have to remember their lines and hit their marks, all while staying in character. It's a balancing act, literally and figuratively. But when done well, it makes the story seamless. In essence, blocking is an art. It enhances the story, elevates performances, and enriches the viewer's experience. So next time you watch a film or play, pay a little more attention to the movements. You might discover a whole new layer to the story.
So, Sterling, imagine stepping onto a film set where every movement is like a calculated dance orchestrated by Francis Ford Coppola himself.
Oh yeah, you can almost feel the tension in the air, right? It's like every actor is a chess piece.
Exactly. And Coppola's got this wizardry where he turns simple actions into a visual symphony. Like, a subtle hand gesture or a fleeting glance can say so much.
Yeah, like in that scene with the father and son at the table. The space between them is more than just physical.
It's emotional too. Coppola's blocking is pure genius there. The father's lean, the son's stiffness.
Hold on, it's like he's choreographing emotions.
Exactly. And then there's the camera work. In high drama moments, the camera isn't just observing, it's part of the story.
Right, it's like a family gathering where alliances shift with every glance. The camera swirls, capturing it all.
And in the quieter scenes, Coppola lets the characters breathe in static shots. The silence speaks volumes.
Don Corleone at the center, commanding respect without a word. It's like a master class in visual storytelling.
Totally, and through his lens, every detail matters. In the beginning, Michael Corleone is often visually isolated. He's placed at the edges of the frame or sometimes obscured behind other characters. It's such a clever way to highlight his initial distance from the family's core power structure. You can almost feel his reluctance to dive into the family's affairs, right? As we move forward in the story, there's this fascinating evolution. Michael starts appearing more centered within the frame. The people around him, they slowly fade away, which mirrors his growing dominance and eventual control over the family empire. It's like watching a visual metaphor unfold before your eyes. And, honestly, it's brilliant filmmaking. Now, let's talk about those iconic family scenes. The characters are arranged meticulously to reflect the hierarchy. The sons are in a triangular formation with Don Vito at the top, symbolizing his role as the family patriarch. This setup really emphasizes the power dynamics within the family. After Don Vito's death, Michael steps into that central position, replicating the previous composition. It's a visual reinforcement of the transfer of power, marking Michael's rise as the new leader. This repetition is subtle yet powerful, don't you think? And let's not forget how the distance between characters serves as a visual cue for their relationships. Initially, Michael's physical separation underscores his outsider status and reluctance. But as he assumes control, the spatial dynamics change, illustrating his newfound authority and shifting alliances. It's such a compelling way to enhance the narrative of power transition and consolidation. The careful arrangement of characters not only reflects their roles and relationships but also elevates the storytelling to a whole new level. It's like a masterclass in visual composition.
We're diving into a fascinating aspect of visual storytelling, the evolving dynamics between Michael and Kay. In the beginning, we see Michael and Kay sitting close, bathed in soft lighting. It's like the director's way of whispering, look, they're really connected. But wait, as the plot thickens, something shifts. Michael starts to stand, maybe even turning his back on her. Meanwhile, Kay? She's often off to the side or even out of the frame. This isn't just random. It's a visual metaphor, folks. Their emotional distance grows with each scene, like a chasm opening up between them. Pretty intense, right? And then, there's that final scene. Oh man, talk about symbolism. The door closes on Kay. Michael stands at the center, surrounded by his men. He's all about that power and authority now. But Kay? She's left outside, quite literally behind a closed door. It's like she's isolated from Michael's world. The door itself is genius. It's part of the blocking that splits two worlds. Inside is family and power, outside is emotion and truth. Such a powerful way to show their separation. Visual storytelling at its best.
It's not just a physical barrier, it's a statement. It marks Michael's psychological isolation, his shift from humanity to the relentless pursuit of power. Light, shadow, and doors weave together to create a tapestry of symbolism that elevates the narrative. They invite us to look deeper, question the nature of power, family, and the choices that define us. What side of the door are you on? Diving into that iconic scene from The Godfather, Don Corleone's office, the epitome of silent power embodied.
Oh, the tension in that room, right? It's palpable.
Exactly, Sterling. The way Don Corleone sits there, almost motionless, yet commands such presence. It's like he doesn't need to speak to assert his dominance.
It's fascinating how his stillness contrasts with Bonacera's desperation. You can feel the imbalance just through their body language.
Right. And the lighting, oh, the lighting. It's so deliberately crafted to highlight this dichotomy, casting shadows that speak volumes.
Yeah, it creates this almost reverential, yet ominous atmosphere. You can see how the shadows drape over Don Corleone, hinting at his dual nature.
Exactly, Sterling. The way his visage is split between light and darkness, it's a visual metaphor for his life straddling the line between morality and crime.
And let's not forget about Bonacera. His every move is tinged with desperation, like he's grasping for any semblance of justice under Corleone's terms.
Yeah, the power dynamics are clear. Bonacera physically lowers himself, symbolically beneath Don Corleone. That hand kiss? It seals the hierarchy.
It's a masterclass in visual storytelling, how every gesture, every shadow, tells its own story.
Absolutely, and it's not just about the words spoken, but how the room's stillness amplifies the unspoken power. It's like, true power is calm and assured, not loud or erratic.
Stop, that's wild. You know, it's almost like you can feel the weight of the entire underworld in that room. It's intense.
Totally, Sterling. And it's these nuanced elements that make the scene unforgettable. The shadows, the silence, the subtle shifts in power.
And the way it all ties back to Don Corleone's character. You see why he's revered and feared, why he's the calm in the center of the storm.
Exactly. I mean, even without loud declarations or grand gestures, he commands respect. That's true power.
It's a scene that keeps on giving, every time you watch it. The layers of storytelling through visuals and silence are just brilliant.
And there's so much to unpack, right? The interplay of light and shadow, the choreography of emotion and authority.
Yeah, it's a testament to how film can convey complex themes without a single word sometimes.
Imagine stepping into a realm where light and shadow dance across faces, revealing the complex layers of good and evil within. Picture Don Corleone and Michael, their faces half in light, half in shadow. It's as if their souls are on display, torn between compassion and violence, family and crime. Michael starts his journey bathed in light, but as the story unfolds, he becomes engulfed by shadows, marking his chilling transformation. Welcome to Reflections of Duality. We're diving into something a bit eerie, a bit philosophical. Have you ever stared into a mirror and felt like you were looking at someone else? I mean, really stared? For Michael, each glance isn't just about his face but the two distinct lives he's juggling. In one life, he's the family man, the guy society expects. But in the next, he becomes this shadowy figure, making choices that, well, let's just say they're not in the family-friendly category. It's as if the glass knows his secrets, whispering truths about the duality he can't escape. And isn't that fascinating? Every deadly decision Michael makes is mirrored back at him, a haunting reminder of his transformation. It's like the mirror isn't just reflecting his image but the very essence of his choices. Now, in a world where power is a game played with both guns and words, Michael's walking this razor-thin line. You know, kind of like that infamous line, I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Hey, Mike, are you sure about that? Mo loves the business. He never said nothing to me about selling.
Well, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Symbolism lets filmmakers explore themes like love, despair, and hope in ways that hit us right in the feels. It's like they're inviting us to join the storytelling process.
Imagine a scene draped in shadows. That might hint at secrets lurking beneath the surface, while a burst of color could mean a character's emotional awakening.
And it's not just visual flair, it's a language. So next time you watch a film, lean in a little closer. Listen to the silence, study the shadows, and let the colors speak to you.
Yeah, you're not just a spectator, you're a detective in a world full of hidden meanings. Each viewing peels back another veil.
So, Sterling, what's one of your favorite film symbols that you've decoded?
Oh, I'd say the use of the color red in The Sixth Sense. It's so subtle yet profound. Whenever you see it, something significant is about to happen.
Ooh, that's a good one. For me, it's the use of mirrors in Black Swan. They're everywhere and they represent duality and self-exploration. It's chilling.
Mirrors are such a classic symbolism tool. It's like, are you seeing your true self or the version you want to be?
Coppola's films aren't just about crime. They're about family, legacy, and the inevitable downfall that comes with power. It's like watching a Shakespeare play, but with more pasta and way more intense drama. And that's what makes his work so timeless. It's not just a story about the mafia, it's about the human condition. I mean, think about it. The way he portrayed the Corleone family wasn't just about their crimes, it was about their human flaws, their ambitions, and their inevitable tragedies. It's a saga that resonates because it's about more than just the mafia, it's about us. And hey, who doesn't love a good tragedy? Especially when it's served with a side of incredible cinematography and an unforgettable score. Thanks for tuning in to this quick dive into the brilliance of Coppola. Remember, next time you watch The Godfather, think of it as more than just a movie, it's art.